Hi everybody, back for round one. I went ahead and decided to go first, mainly because I'm afraid of dying before I could do anything, rather than, I don't know, dying through some other circumstances. I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand. It's not super good, the main reason being that it's a little risky to keep with the Sign in Blood and only having 2 mana sources, one of which is red. But if we draw another one, we have basically 2 removal spells, and we have at least a play on turn 2 that can hold down his beatdown if that situation is to arise. So, noticing a little bit of click lag here, which is unfortunate, probably due to the recording software again. As I said before, I'm working on setting up my recording on a newer computer with a faster processor, and the only problem has been actually making sure that the recording software, I'm going to go ahead and start the beats actually here, is working properly on that other computer. So I could have cast Sign in Blood there. I actually think that that could have been a viable play. Would have given me more options next turn, for instance. However, I'm not exactly super excited to play an Arms Dealer and just have it start beating down on the opponent, so next turn I foresee casting Sign in Blood being a viable option. Another land, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and attack now. Opponent made no plays, which isn't too shocking. So we're going to go ahead, cast Sign in Blood, draw our 2 cards. Alright, good. So if I cast that the previous turn, then this turn, I would have not attacked him for 2, and I would have cast probably a Servant. So next turn I'll be playing a Swamp, probably casting the Shade. He's not playing anything where he could kill it outright and very easily, and if he does, I can always Rise from the Grave targeting it. Well, now he is playing Mountains. So we get this Elf. Deck I can ramp him. I think what I might do is just go ahead and try to kill it. Not entirely sure about that. Might try to get more value out of the Flames. I've got this Arms Dealer for later in the game, where I can eliminate a bigger guy. So maybe setting up into a situation where we cast the Spectre, find our Swamp, then can attack with that next turn would be better. Also the option of playing the Servant. I think for the sake of mana efficiency, I don't want to do that, even though I could push through an extra damage here. What I am going to do is just go ahead and attack into the Archdruid. Also, if he plays like an Arbor Elf next turn, I can eliminate both of them with Flames of the Firebrand. This also has the added benefit of getting another Swamp out of my deck, which improves the likelihood of not drawing a Swamp later, which at this point I don't really want. So go ahead and pass the turn. If he kills both, I'm actually okay with that. We've got a good handful of cards. Blood Hunter back can come down, and it means he spends his turn probably firebranding both these away. Oh, okay. So he's paying 5 to kill our Liliana Shade and doming us for quite a bit. I think I'm okay with that. So this turn, I think let's see, we're going to have 5 out. Fortunately, can't do anything with 5, so next turn I will be able to play 2 3-drops, potentially Arms Dealer. So what I'm going to do is attack and then play the Blood Hunter Bat after combat and play the Swamp that he knows is in my hand. The life gain from the Bat makes me feel a little bit more secure here. And we're going to leave a red open to bluff the Kindled Fury. Sorry about the loud fan noise in my computer. My new computer has a solid-state drive, so you don't have to worry about that noise. Again, I'm looking forward to recording with that new computer, but you guys are sick of hearing me talk about my new computer. Who are we playing against? Lily Tara Dukes. I don't know what that means. So our opponent has a lot of mana available. He's got 6 this turn. He could play a 7-drop Worm or something next turn. Okay, there's a Goblin Arsonist. That's not the end of the world. Does make playing the Arms Dealer and the Servant a little bit more questionable, though. Okay, there we go. So, don't have to worry about the Arsonist anymore. Okay, so he just spent 2 cards killing my Bat, which I feel is okay. He's going to play Reckless Brute and attack me for more damage than I expected. This allows me to Flames both of his guys away, which is going to feel pretty good on my turn. Okay. Okay, that's a pretty good draw at this point. We're definitely be playing both of our guys. He's tapped out, so I'm going to do this now. Okay, we've secured a bunch of card advantage. I am curious why he's splashing white. That appears to be the color he's splashing. I guess he could also be splashing green, potentially, but it's harder for me to see that. Bring him down to 9 is pretty good. We have at least 4 damage sitting here with the Geyser. I imagine he's going to make a drop this turn or play a removal spell. Okay, so now I don't know what he's splashing. Maybe he's not splashing anything. He's playing Invasion Block, mana-based style. Okay, that's fine. He can recur that, but if he's doing that, I think he's losing the game at this point. The other option we have is to play Arms Dealer and sack it. Let's see, so at this point, we're at a point in the game where it actually feels like we've secured a win position. I could do something like Rise from the Grave, targeting his Reckless Brute, or whatever this thing is. Attack for 8. And then put him at very low life. And then win with the Vault Geyser in the following turn. That actually strikes me as a little bit more dangerous than playing the Arms Dealer, sacking it to kill the Firewing Phoenix, attacking for 5, and then putting him at low enough life to Volcanic Geyser in the following turn, even if necessary. I could also theoretically win by Rise from the Graving something. Like the, not the Chandra's Fury, the Reckless Brute. The other option is to actually Rise from the Grave the Arsonist, fling that after playing the Arms Dealer. That's less exciting to me. So I think I'm going to make the play where I play the Arms Dealer and then sack it. That seems right to me. It seems right to me because I get to eliminate his one guy. It's also feasible that he's got a Searing Spear. That wouldn't be the end of the world. I can Rise this from the grave later if necessary, and then do it again. Got enough mana. Okay, so Titanic Growth. Guess I didn't see that coming. So that means if I attack with Walking Corpse, I guess it's good that he had to use that, because that would have seriously dealt damage to me next turn. It'll trade with this. If I attack with both guys, it hits him for 2 probably. Okay, I have to think about this just to make absolutely sure. Got this other land that I'm going to play after combat. So I'm going to have a total of 7 next turn, maybe 8. That's 5 to him. Right now I could attack with the Walking Corpse or the Servant. Or both. I don't care if he's willing to give up his Phoenix for one of my guys. I think I attack for as much damage as possible, which is attacking with both. That means we keep the Walking Corpse, and he trades with the Servant, but then this is in the graveyard. I don't think he can recur it and play it. He would have to draw a mountain for that. So, actually, you know what? Maybe we just attack with this, because I'd rather trade this for the Phoenix. I think that puts him at 6, which is so close to being dead. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I think that that's right. Not worried about Mind Rot, so I'm going to play this land. Okay, good. So he's trading. This way he stays at 9 life. But we've got plenty of options. We've got a board presence. And if he doesn't play a guy, Serpent just goes through and I guess wins the game for us with Volcanic Geyser. Our opponent could concede here. He skipped the trigger, I believe, for this. Nope, you can just do it at any point. So, smart to wait. I'm going to go ahead and pause and come back when he's decided on what to do. Okay, our opponent's doing stuff. He's playing a Rummaging Goblin, which doesn't scare me very much at all. So, got a couple of options here. I can just attack into it, and if he blocks, it dies. And if he doesn't block, I can also take his Reckless. Basically, I'm just trying to avoid showing him more cards at this point. Because we have him... If he doesn't block, he dies. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay. So the rest is just formality at this point. We do show him that we have this card, but I'd rather assuredly win the game. When he has Rummaging Goblin out, he can dig for an answer. Okay, so we took game one. We've got 3/3 Titanic Growth to remember, Reckless Brute, another 1 toughness guy in Rummaging Goblin. Got this other flyer. This is bizarre. Why is it stalling out on the screen? I'm going to pause the recording and see if I can get it to move. Okay, so we're recording again. Not sure how much time we have. Sideboarding. Basically, our moto crashed, and that's what happened. Cards I would consider bringing in include Chandra's Fury. He's got his own Chandra's Fury, which makes some of our creatures less effective, including the Rummaging Goblin, the Servant, and the Arms Dealer, anything with 1 toughness. The Bloodthorn Vampire doesn't appear to be all that good against him, though it can block something like his Brute, Reckless Brute. And I guess trading with that is actually pretty good. Not all that astounding of a card in the set, seemingly, to me. I guess... we didn't really see anything worth Mind Claw Shamaning either. There was the Titanic Growth, which I guess we could weasel out of his hand. We'd probably just cast it in response, and that's reasonably low value. I'd probably play the Fire Elemental over the Phyrexian Hulk anyway, I was thinking about that too. Kind of want to bring in Chandra's Fury, but I might just want to keep in Bloodthorn Vampire to keep blocking. To block his Reckless Brute. There's also the option to bring in Duress. We saw Titanic Growth, which I'm not obscenely worried about. We also saw... well, what else did we see? We saw something else, but it wasn't very exciting. We saw the Chandra's Fury. Not super worried about that. So I guess like I would... Oh, well, I guess we ran out of time. Couldn't see the clock because of the moto crash. So I think I'm actually okay without boarding anything in. This is kind of a slow hand, but we've got a removal spell. Of course, we can't cast given the current land count. But it makes pretty much every card except for a mountain good to draw in our deck, which is something I like. I guess the Sign and Blood we don't want. I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand. Wish our opponent good luck. And let's see what happens here. Well, that's unfortunate, because now he duresses our Murder, which was something I was hoping to be able to cast on his first threat. And that substantially slows us down, actually. So, that's obviously not ideal to draw at this point. But, until we see an effective creature, I think we should be okay. Good. He didn't play anything super threatening that turn. I'm not going to play that Swamp for a little bit because he doesn't know it's in our hand. First thing I think I'm going to cast is probably the Phoenix, which we will be able to return. Oh, he doesn't even have a turn 3 play. So, he must have kept that Duress in hand. Hopefully he could take out our Volcanic Geyser, and that he could secure win that way. But now I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm wondering whether I play the Firewing Phoenix or the Liliana's Shade. You can kill the Liliana's Shade immediately with Chandra's Fury, so I'm actually going to play the Phoenix first, then the following turn I will play the Shade with enough mana to be able to keep it alive if he Chandra's Furies. Play the silly Phoenix and pass the turn. It's funny that we have the same rares here. So he's playing black now, not white. Maybe he was doing that all along. It's hard to be sure. Xanthid Gorgon is going to eventually come down and make that Primal Hunt piece not as good as it is. I could see him putting some kind of awful lifelink aura on it, and I'd be very sad. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So, you can hear my wife laughing in the background. I guess she thinks that that's really funny. I don't think I've ever used it my entire life. I don't think I've ever said that's how the cookie crumbles before. It's really... seems really stupid. Yep. So this turn I have the option of playing the Swamp and keeping Liliana's Shade alive, which I think I'm going to do, or playing the Chronometon. I think that leaves me far too vulnerable to Chandra's Fury, which he may have even sideboarded out, but I would doubt that he would do that. So we're going to go ahead and keep it this way. Chronometon's actually a valuable creature. I'd rather it not die to his Chandra's Fury, where he almost 3-for-1s me because it hits me for so much damage too. Big fear this turn is he's going to pump the Primal Hunter up with some kind of awful aura, and I'm going to be sad. Wow, that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to... oh. Okay. So there's going to be a 10 life swing this turn, and it's going to feel like we're starting back at square one. This feels like M12 now, where it's just like a Dungrove Elder with a divine whatever, divine favor on it. So if our Liliana's Shade can stay alive, it can trade with that. Which is probably the plan, to keep this thing down right now. I have the option of playing the Xanthid Gorgon, and then I guess what would happen is I would be committing to blocking his guy next turn. And just blocking endlessly as he gained 5 life each turn. That's feasible because like I could gain control of the game later and win with it. Here's the reason I'm not going to do that right now. I can wait a turn, play the Chronometon, which is relevant. Next turn, play the Rummaging Goblin, which lets me do something with these mountains. I'll keep a mountain in my hand for sure in order to use with the Rummaging Goblin. I'll play the other one so I can activate the Phoenix. And it lets me see what he can do to my Shade, which hopefully won't be too much. He could Searing Spirit, and I would basically counter the Searing Spirit by using the Shade's ability. Then I wouldn't be able to block it this turn. That wouldn't be the end of the world. Basically, I'm setting up for a situation in which I can at least threaten this Primal Hunt Beast with the aura on it. I don't think he's going to be too willing to trade that off. In the meantime, we can keep decreasing his life total. So let's go ahead and play Chronometon. Mutilate, notably, wouldn't even kill his guy, it would kill all of our guys. Just something to consider. Okay, that tells me he might have a Titanic Growth. If he has a Titanic Growth, what do I do? That's just bad for me, right? Because I'm not going to survive a Titanic Growth with a Liliana's Shade, probably ever in the entire game. Does tell me that Duress is a card worth bringing in, probably. I'm going to go ahead and offer a trade with this, and presumably what this guy is going to be trading with is giving him 9 life, and giving him 9 life and trading for the Titanic Growth, which is, as I'm sure you all know, quite unexciting. Okay, come on, let's tap these lands. Odo, don't be shy. And here's the Titanic Growth, almost assuredly. Oh god, that's much more painful. Okay. It's much more painful because it's a worse card. Okay, so now we're in a weird situation. I guess we were in a weird situation before. I can't really keep sustainably block with the Firewing Phoenix every turn. I'm gonna have to start trading off multiple dudes to his guys, which is pretty bad. I think what I do here probably is I have to play a mountain to activate the Firewing Phoenix at some point. And I have the option of blocking with it, letting him kill the Chronometon and the Firewing Phoenix, hoping he doesn't have another combat trick. I also have the option of playing the Rummaging Goblin this turn, which might be good, or just getting the Gorgon online. That would prevent any other creatures he has of being a serious problem. And so I'm going to go ahead, he knows I don't have Kindred, or whatever this thing, Kindled Fury, because of the way that I played that last turn, but I'm definitely going to keep the Mountain untapped. So let's keep this, let's go ahead and get ready to block with the Phoenix. And the Chronometon. Risking it, of course. The alternative is to block with a Gorgon. Then the right play would have been to attack this last turn. What I could also do is block with the Gorgon and the Phoenix. I guess I don't think he's going to attack if he doesn't have... okay, if he doesn't have anything. Okay, so we're going to take forward the Dome. It's kind of unfortunate. That's probably pretty good. This is interesting. So I think casting the Servant is right. And I have the option of attacking with the Phoenix, double blocking with Gorgon and Servant. I don't think he has Titanic Growth because I think he would have been more aggressive. And I'd be happy to actually trade away the Servant for the Primal Hunt Beast. So I'm going to play the Servant. And I can attack with the Phoenix, or I can bounce it, or bounce it from my graveyard. I think I'm going to play the Goblin this turn. So here's the plan. I forgot this thing is Death Touch. That's kind of embarrassing. So that's going to hold down the ground by itself. Then this makes the play almost assuredly right. Hey, this guy was good for a reason. So no Grave Titan. So then last turn, I could have had 4 extra damage in, which is kind of a disappointment. I'm going to go ahead and play the Evolving Wilds, because I'd like to thin out my deck. The Rummaging Goblin's going to be relevant here. Okay, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate, because I think he's afraid of Volcanic Geyser. That's fine. I would have liked to rummage that away. That's okay with me, too. Let's find a swamp with this. I could find a mountain, and then I could lose the Phoenix and cast it again in the same turn. It might be worthwhile. This sets up for a bigger Mutilate. A Mutilate that's... you know what? Let's go for a mountain for that very reason. I was going to say Mutilate has the opportunity of killing his guys then. The reason I didn't go for that is because I'm playing more swamps, and I'm going to draw one sooner, I think. Yeah, like that one. I'm actually going to go ahead and rummage it away, though. Okay, that's fine. So, I'm not worried about this thing activating for mana right now. I can petrify it later. Okay, so he's not attacking. That's good. This guy's going to be turned into a defender that can't activate its abilities. I'd say this game's looking good for us at this point. So at this point I have to wonder though, do I want to play more creatures? He could be playing some sort of mass removal. I think I do want to play it even though I myself have a Mutilate, because I think my board presence is so much more secure. Plus just another way to deal with a Primal Hunter. I have to think. You know what? Okay, so this was a situation in which seems pretty obvious at this point. I should have rummaged before combat. The question right now is whether or not I actually still cast the Pit Scorpion. I think I keep the Geyser back, just in case I need to hit him with a lot of damage. I think he might gain 5 life this turn, though. He's already spent a Duress and a Mind Rot. I don't think he's going to try it again. If he does it again, I can at least use it as a removal spell or dome him for a little bit of damage. That's a play I wasn't very secure on. I think there were a couple play mistakes this game because of not rummaging early there and then attacking with a team. Though he would have life-linked and gained a bunch of life. Okay, that's going to make guys huge and have trample. That's unfortunate. So that doesn't do anything for him this turn, though, notably. I guess that guy's a little bit bigger now. If he attacks, I still kill his guy, then he has to re-equip it. Okay, so EOT, I'm going to petrify this guy, I think, unless I want to dome him for... Cancel. If I dome him for 3, he's got no cards in hand, I swing over with this and I win. So let's not petrify anything. Playing those last cards in his hand may have decreased the number of turns he has. I bet we'll get a concession here. Okay. So let's see if he says GG. No, he did not. But it was a pleasure playing with him.